Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the RnRGzrs Show. And if we may, right out of the gate, please give us a subscribe if you haven't yet. And check out our other videos. Like if you want, comment if you want. And yeah, we'd really appreciate it a lot. Got the RnRGzrs Show here. I'm your host, Murph. And of course, my co host there, Doc Vox, he's ready to get down and get crazy today. What do you say, Doc?
Yeah. There's some stuff to sink our teeth into a little bit this week, man. Really looking forward to it. So, yes, welcome to everyone, all you rock and roll fans, especially our favorite people in the whole world, our subscribers.
Absolutely.
If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. It would greatly help us and support us. And it makes it easier for you to find us next week. We do this every week. If this is the first time you come across us, every week, man, we'll give you the rock and roll news. And pretty much about an hour, no commercials, unedited, uncensored, on whatever.
That's right.
So yeah, as usual, there's a lot to cover. So we'll get into it. But you know what? Before we get into it,
yeah.
Starting up this week is concert season. Concert season starting up. So
yes, it is. Yeah. Everybody's getting busy. And of course, one of the most anticipated concert band reappearances, I should say, would be Foo Fighters. The good old Foo Fighters. Oh, we love the Foo. Everybody loves the Foo Fighters. How can you not? So sure enough, that's been it's been the ongoing thing of who's their drummer gonna be, and it's been lots of good fun and whatnot. And we've been making some predictions and stuff, and turns out they've come out with the news now because they are, they're going to start kicking it on the concert season, on the concert tour. They're, they've sat down long enough. That band, they can't. I'm surprised they've stayed out of the concert business this long, but they're back on now, and they've hired Josh Freeze as their new drummer. I really haven't heard of much of him. He's
kind of a journeyman, kind of gun for hire kind of guy. He's been with tons of people. So yeah, he was one of the three that were in the running. He and Rufus Taylor, who was my prediction. So of course I was wrong. And oh gosh, who was the third guy they were bringing up? Matt Cameron for a while, but yeah, he kind of squelched those ideas. So yeah, not a big surprise, but yeah, they're raring to go. They're starting up here soon in New Hampshire. So
yeah. Well, Josh, he's got quite a pedigree. He's played with quite a few people, and one of them that really caught my eye was Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Many people may not know about Danny Elfman. He was with Oingo Boingo,
right?
Remember the song "Weird Science" to go along with the movie? That was
Dead Man's
Boingo.
Party.
I've got that on my '80s 80s list on my iPod. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an old fart, and I've got an iPod. I swear to God.
And they were the party band on in the Rodney Dangerfield Back to School movie. Remember, we was having a party, and there's a band there. That was Oingo Boingo.
I'll tell you what, he's
Dead Man's Party. Yeah,
people may not know him, but they know of him. They've heard him everywhere. I mean, he's provided the soundtracks for like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The original Batman, Edward Scissorhands, Big Fish, Darkman, Simple Plan, Spider-Man 2, Doctor Strange, Men in Black, 50 Shades of Grey, The Simpsons. He did the quirky thing for The Simpsons. I mean, he's all over the place. His musical.
Anything you've heard has kind of got that style. He's definitely got a kind of signature style.
Little quirky,
kind of bouncy kind of, That's probably him,
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's a good example of it. Just the quirkiness of it all, and he fit in real well. And so Josh, he's played with some real characters, and boy, oh boy,
he's been The Offspring, A Perfect Circle. I think he was an original member of that. Puddle of Mud. Oh yeah, I wonder how he worked out with what's his name there? 9 Inch Nails, Weezer, Paramore, The Replacements, one of my favorites. Sting. The Vandals. There we go. The Vandals. Gotta get some Vandals in there, man.
Sure.
They're a good fun band. But yeah, like I said, he was kind of a gun for hire. Sounds like, kind of but who knows, maybe this will stick. Kind of reminds me of people may remember Vivian Campbell. He was kind of in the same situation. Yeah, he was kind of a gun for hire guy. And then hooked up with Def Leppard and been with them for
Yeah.
30 years now. I don't know, 25 years. I don't know.
Let me see. Yeah. That's funny you say that because he better have some he better be jacked on coffee, or something to be able to keep up with this band. And it's
Right.
funny. It's funny. That reminds me of a short I saw on YouTube about Dave Grohl and his love for coffee. Hot pot, full pot. He needs another pot of
Oh,
coffee.
geez.
And at one point, they had to take him to the hospital emergency room because he
Whoa.
overdosed on caffeine. That's a guy who
Over-caffeinated.
loves his. That's a guy who loves his coffee. Yeah.
Man,
So now
how much
you know.
are you whizzing, man? How much are you going to the bathroom if you're ODing on coffee? Oh my gosh.
I would hope. I gotta imagine during the concert he has plenty of times to get off the stage and take
Got
a
a
whiz and get
catheter
back on.
straight coming
That
out.
was one of my biggest problems being an old geezer in a band. Doing some local festivals and stuff. Is halfway through a set, suddenly you gotta take a leak,
Right.
and you can't. And the rest of the set's misery. It's horrible. What do
Right.
you? Oh, so horrible. But
Oh yeah.
yeah. So we'll be seeing and hearing about the Foo Fighters quite a bit in the coming months. Yeah, they're getting back out there now.
They're
getting
fully
busy.
loaded this summer for sure.
Got that new song out, and
New
and new
album
album coming out.
New
So
tour, lots of festivals. Yeah. Oh yeah.
so good to see the boys back out there. Yeah. Oh, well, here we go. Terrible Ted.
Yeah,
Terrible
one of our
Ted.
faves. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's he's terrible. He is terrible, Ted. He's being sued by the. By the way, this picture here is off of the album Tooth, Fang, and Claw. In case everybody's wondering, and also if you get a chance to look at the I might have brought this up earlier. The back of Tooth, Fang, and Claw, they got a picture of him in concert, and he's standing in front of his amplifiers in one of his crazy cool poses. And on top of the amplifier is a hog head, a real hog head. He must have butchered one earlier that day for meal for the crew or something.
Right.
He's got a hog head on the top of his amplifier, looking out at the people, above Ted. While
Did he have his
rocking.
tail? Did he have the tail?
Oh
down?
yes. Are you kidding? Of course. Those were the crazy good days. Yeah. But yeah, he's being sued by the state of Michigan, who say that he's bringing in a feral breed, and the feral breed they're talking about is a Russian boar.
Right. Of all the things you would think that I saw the headline, Ted Nugent's getting sued by Michigan. It's like, okay, he said something, who knows? I got to see what this is about. And raising feral Russian boars. So,
oh boy, yeah, and apparently, he's got he calls it the Sunrise Acres. That's his land, and he's got these animals on his land. I don't know if I guess there's no such thing as a Russian boar unless it's a pig, a wild pig from Russia. Then it's a Russian boar. But he's got them on his land, because he shoots them all and kills them and eats them and donates to food pantries and stuff like that. And they're all pissed off about it. But he says it can't be considered a feral animal because it's on his property. And if it goes off of his property, it could be considered feral. But the fact that it's on his property, it's like bug off. But they're just giving him they're giving him crap. I don't know why they're giving him crap, but he's all pissed off because he's paying their salaries. All the hunters and the fishermen and whatnot are paying the salaries of these wildlife guys. So it's, and it seems like the hunters and the fishers are far better well versed to care for the ecology around them. In terms of wildlife than anybody else is, because if they don't have wildlife to hunt and fish, then they're screwed. So they're going to, of course, maintain the well-being of the land. So I think this is just a bunch of hooey, wild boars.
Just coming after Ted. He's been canceled. We put out another statement. Maybe you got that one there too, where he said he cannot be canceled.
Oh yeah, well yeah. He's one of them, yeah. Hell with you. Well, he got canceled at one gig at brewery or wherever he got canceled.
Right.
And he just got a better paying gig in place of it. So
yeah.
That sort of proves it.
Yeah. So
yeah. So Russian feral boars. And what he says is, the guitar player help you. Let me see. Feral is a domestic livestock that has escaped. That's what he says a feral is, a domestic livestock. My pigs are in Sunrise Acres. They haven't escaped. It means they can't be feral. You're suing me for something that doesn't exist. And then they call them Russian boars. You know, there's no such species as a Russian boar. So there you go. You know, Ted laying it out. They're just giving him crap because he's Ted Nugent and he's, you know, he talks a lot of crap. So, well, I'm not surprised. Good riddance. But and you know, and he's sort of going on the offensive here too. Apparently people have been accusing him of all sorts of crap, and he's coming on the defense. And oh, jeez, you know, it's all due to the cancellation thing. And like he said, anybody tries to take him out, it's going to backfire. And just let him get his last tour done, people. You know, let him do his last doggone tour, and you know, he'll be done.
Yeah, he says here, I've got to tell you, the concerts are selling out left and right, except for some freaks who think that men should go into women's bathrooms and locker rooms and who think that comfortably numb is a desirable condition for your children. He's like such he is. He's that like, I don't know. He's such a loud one. Anyway, they have protests. I think they were six snakes. They were serpents that protested one of my concerts down in Birmingham, Alabama, of all places. Says we were selling tickets left and right. They could cancel the concert, and the Nugent haters, which is the Michael Moore Hunter Biden fan club, actually canceled the concert in Birmingham. But an hour later, I booked another gig for more money across the border in Mississippi. So when you mess with Uncle Ted, you lose. Whatever. I'm going to rock my flame-throwing balls off this year and have the greatest concert of my life.
Uncle
God bless
Ted.
you, man.
Boy, Uncle Ted, he's great, you know. But yeah, last tour, just let him get over it, people. My gosh, you know.
Right. You know what it is exactly. It's his last tour. He's already said that. Just let him get through it, and you won't have to worry about him anymore. You know.
Yeah, it's all over. So
of course, he'll always be on, doing his nightly news YouTube channel, those sort of things. But
yeah, he won't be, you know,
hurting
feelings and a touring circuit. Yeah. But I'm just glad I saw him in the days when he was wearing his tail. Yeah. He had that row of Fender Twins and Bandmaster bottoms or the Showman bottoms, whatever they were. And, oh boy, was he something else, man?
He had the record for the loudest concert at one time. Concert in Kansas City. It was at Arrowhead, I believe. But yeah.
Oh man. Well,
of course, that was since been surpassed by Man of War.
Yeah, well,
had to be by Man.
They should have seen the boys from Illinois back in the day. Yeah, back in the 70s. There's some loudness there. But terrible Ted, you know, he's going out fighting. He ain't gonna take no crap. This story.
He enjoys that stuff.
I can't believe this one. I just blows my mind. Now, this ain't really rock and roll, but this is really worth talking about. Lil Wayne, there he is. Oh, he nice tats, man. He's got 2 teardrops under his eyes. Does that mean he killed 2 people? Isn't that how it goes? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Lil Wayne, what's the matter, brother? Your hat's on.
It must be when he was very little Wayne, because he's got a lot more. He's got a lot more tattoos.
He was Mini Wayne. Yeah, he was either Mini or Micro Wayne back then.
Yeah, wee little Wayne.
Well, holy cow, this is so great. He was on his the final stop of his Welcome to the Carter tour at the Wiltern in Koreatown in Los Angeles. And apparently the people weren't digging his groove. And so this son of a bitch, I swear to gosh, he walked off the stage after 30 minutes or not?
Yeah, half hour in, yeah.
He walked off the stage because the people weren't getting into it enough for his liking. Oh, I don't believe that. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, first of all, he was an hour late. hitting the stage an hour late. Which,
See, that's one of the worst things you can ever do. I
Yep.
really haven't had
Yep.
that problem through my whole life. I
No,
really haven't
I've seen
had.
bands that are fashionably late. An hour, an hour's pushing it, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but,
I've never. I don't think I've ever seen a
Yeah.
band be that late, and I've been to enough concerts. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. Nowadays, man, they're like, boom, on Johnny
Yeah.
on the spot, time
Yeah,
wise.
pretty
There's no
much.
BS. But yeah, wow, yeah, yeah, and not so he's an hour late, and then he's he does about 30 minutes, and he brings out a surprise guest, 2 Chains with a Z, 2 Chains.
Of course, with a Z, of course. Yeah.
The fireman rapper walked off to take a break. Okay, while 2 Chains is out there doing his chainsy thing, and then he didn't return to finish his set. Instead, he gave fellow Young Money artists Alan Cubas, Lil Twist, and Yaj Kader the spotlight and had them finish the show. Ah, geez. However, Cubas never had his Hollywood moment due to the apparently dead crowd. Oh, the crowd just was not into this stuff. And I don't blame the crowd. What do you think?
He made the comment, we work way too hard for this shit. Well, apparently you're not working very hard because, dude, you were an hour late and you can't get the crowd going. A crowd is there to see you, to be pumped up by you. They have paid their money. They have made their plans for the evening. They are there for you to be pumped up by you, and you have failed. You have failed to pump them up, man.
That's
coming
right.
out an hour late, first of all, is not. Like I said, it's fashionably late. I've seen playing bands do that, but it's pushing a little bit. But then to not deliver, and that's a half hour into the set. So to not deliver, that's on you, Lil. That's on you. What they call him, Yeezy or whatever. I don't know. I can't keep up with all these nicknames.
Yeezy.
Dude, that's on you, man. You know, shame on you. If you're trying to bring the attention, that's what you want to call out your audience for not being hyped up. Yeah, that's what you want to do.
They'll be happy.
That doesn't reflect on you at all. Yeah.
yeah. Oh boy, what a dumb. Yeah, you're right though. Hey, if you're an hour late, you should be bringing it even harder. And if they're not getting into it, I don't know. Why? Because rap crowds are crazy. So he must have really been off or something.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize too. You mentioned it was the last show of the tour. So who knows?
Could have been burned.
Maybe he was ready just to phone it in. But,
I can imagine that's one of the best things ever for a guy, a professional musician out on tour is the last gig. Because they just
you think they would
wore out.
Rejuvenate you a
Get
little
home.
bit,
Just, give you a big charge, but to
get
come
across
out
the finish line,
hell with you are. I'm out of here, bitches. I'm gone, damn it, y'all.
Boo on you.
Yeah.
Boo.
People need to give him the Princess Bride boo. Boo. Yeah. So she blew it, man. So it'll be interesting to see, what he does next, because that's one of the worst things you can do. Is like
I said too, being the last show too. So it's not like it's going to affect the rest of the tour, but.
Lil Wayne. I didn't mind him either.
Very disappointing, man. Very
I didn't mind him up to this point, but that's truly
not
disappointing.
Cool, dude.
Here. Not cool at all. You know what else ain't cool, Doc? And that's many years ago, last year or whatever, we talked about how the original Firefest. Here's a good picture, a good interpretation of the luxury accommodations that they gave people at the first Firefest. And sure enough, this douchebag Billy McFarland, he spent time in prison, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
I was sentenced 6th and served 4, so he served a good chunk of it, man.
Boy, I hope they had fun with him in there. Hey, come here, Billy. Okay, Bubba. Okay,
yo, Billy.
Well, he's out now. He's obviously it's incredible. He claims he secured funding for Firefest 2.0. 2.0.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about
all
this.
you need
I
to
don't
hear.
know what, maybe a month or so ago, where we talked about he was going to try to do this, and it seems like he's really giving it a go, man. He's saying he's got backers, and they're willing to, pay for this. They're going to make a Broadway musical that's going to accompany it. I can't imagine what that would
Broadway
be like.
musical. Yeah, and he also claims that his backers are paying off the debt from the first edition of the festival.
Right.
Okay, wait a
million.
minute. What kind of deal with the devil did this guy make?
Right.
Jiminy creepers almighty.
Oh yeah, he stole all those people down in the Bahamas, and
Well, they're all
$26
gonna,
million to
they're all going to get paid off. They're all going to
Yeah,
get paid off. So Firefest 2. Holy cow.
That's always been this guy's MO, is the next big thing is going to pay for his last BS, but
Robbing Peter to pay Paul, man.
He's calling, Fire Festival 2.0. I don't know, man. I see prison term 2.0 in his future.
Oh yeah. He says I'm the best at coming up with wild, creative, getting talent together and delivering the moment, including his tweet with a number at which people could contact him for business opportunities. Man, this guy's like the shyster supreme, baby. Wow.
Is,
oh man. Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, he's gonna try it again. He claims that numerous artists have been eager to be part of the upcoming lineup.
He's so full of shit.
He says, quote, "The reaction for getting artists has been so extreme," he said. "Half of them are like, F off, how dare you call us?" And then there's half
who have way more than half,
been texting, emailing, saying, "Hey, like, what can we do to come?" So yeah, he's all full of crap. Here we go. Yeah. Be prepared for ham and cheese. No, not even. No, just cheese sandwiches. Not even gonna have ham on it, and tents and rain. Okay,
FEMA tents and
FEMA tents,
beds and
FEMA tents, luxury accommodations, brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God,
that's
this guy,
great.
He just never stops, man. He just never stops. So
he's amazing.
Yeah, it just seems, we brought this up. Like I said, we brought it up before, and I was like, really seems to be, gaining some backing. I don't know. I can't imagine it's going to happen. If anybody buys tickets on that, shame on them.
Yeah, and the backers. I don't know. You must be high on fentanyl or something, because that's a pile of crap.
Or he's got like some compromising photos on somebody or something, man. I don't know.
Well, he's shyster, so I wouldn't doubt it. Here's something. Speaking of Foo Fighters, we were talking about how Foo Fighters are going to be heading out on tour, and I'm sure they're going to be busy and whatnot. I'll be darned. The Fighters of the Foo are going to be coming to Riot Fest right here in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, we were worried about not having a Chicago date on the itinerary there, but they were going to snub us, so they're coming to Riot Fest. And for those that don't know, maybe you've caught it, I've talked about it on the show before, where I've attended quite a few of those. I haven't been 2018, I think was the last one I went to, but I'd gone to 6 out of the previous 7. So it's kind of a yearly thing for me for a while. God, I've seen a ton of great bands there. And I'm so tempted, even though we got 17 concerts already this year.
I've got 18, man. We got 18.
Oh my God!
I'm going to Boy George. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah! Oh yes, they added one. That's right. Oh my gosh, 18. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we had 18 concerts. I'm seriously considering it, man. It's a Friday night. They just announced the headliners. I guess they're having double headliners each night. And Friday night is Foo Fighters and Turnstile. I can't imagine many people. I can't imagine. Well, if they're on the same time, I can't imagine many people going to Turnstile. And then Saturday night, they have Death Cab for Cutie, which I can't stand. I can't stand. And then Queens of the Stone Age, which I've seen them before. They're okay.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, The Cure.
Here we go, The Cure.
Yeah, with the Mars Volta. They're also a pretty cool band. I got a CD of theirs. Yeah, Mars Volta. But that's all they have. All the rest of the bands they just have listed, but not the day that they're going to be there. And that's, I'm sure, to help sell the 3-day package tickets. They kind of have just that package up for sale first until, I don't know, a certain point, and then they sell the single days. So when they get to the single days, I don't know. I might go to a Friday or Sunday. And
you got the Insane Clown Posse.
Yes,
Parliament Funkadelic. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
With George Clinton. I thought they did their final tour. I guess not.
Yeah. I saw Bootsy Collins there once. That was a great show.
Here's a good one.
I can imagine, yeah.
2 bands that should be linked together. They got the Viagra Boys. They should be followed by the Breeders. What do you think about that? Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Mr. Bungle, that's a band fronted by Mike Patton of Faith No More. Been around a long time.
Okay.
Gaslight Anthem, kind of like those guys. Band out of Jersey. Pretty cool. Dresden Dolls.
Oh, look at that.
excuse me, Amanda Palmer. I've seen her. She's great. I love Amanda
Is she
Palmer.
hot?
Yeah, she's in
All
a
right.
weird kind of way. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm
The
all for weird.
Exploited, old
Oh.
school punk, Exploited, and of course, yeah, Pardon and Funkadelic.
Oh, baby.
Everybody talks about. So,
Free your mind and your ass will follow.
oh yeah. And then also one of the major draws, I would think, they got Corey Feldman, man.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to see, actually.
You know, every year they kind of throw in a quirky, you know, like they had the Village People there one year. You know, they always try to throw in somebody ironic, you know, in there. And I guess this year, Corey Feldman's going to fit that bill.
Good. I hope he does a good show, man. I dug his movies, so I don't care. Fuck, have rock on.
Even though, as we reported before, Marilyn Manson is actively sabotaging his career.
That's right, but hang in
along
there.
with the bus driver Wayne, if I recall, right?
Well, he's one of the Frog Brothers, so he can handle it from Lost Boys, so he can handle it. Yeah. Oh, good for him. That'll be quirky and
I'm
funky as hell.
considering it. It's our season ends that first weekend, the 7th or something like that in September. And then this is that following weekend. So it fits right in there. I don't know.
They're bringing the Enola Gay is going to be there. I wonder if it's the actual plane. No, it's a group. The Enola Gay.
Oh, yeah,
why would they call themselves the Enola Gay? What the hell?
Quirky names,
Screaming Females. The Screaming Females will be there.
Yeah.
Duh. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've seen tons of just.
Why would they
scream?
There,
man.
I don't know.
It's a great time. It's a great time. I love
free throw. Yeah, all sorts of wild stuff. So yeah.
It's not geezer friendly though. It's
I can't stand for more than 10 minutes.
It's a marathon, man. There's nowhere to sit. There's no shade. You're just out there, man, for however long you're there, and it's
that would probably kill me, Doc. Quite honestly, I would think that would kill me. So yeah, I'll have to pass on that one. If I can't bring my lawn chair and sit down the whole time, you know. But you know, it's going to be a good time, good lineup, and they got the Foo Fighters. Good for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think, man, if some of the other bands I'd like to see, if they line up on a Friday or maybe on a Sunday and see the Cure, I might grab a one day. We'll see. I'm not making any.
You know, the Fighters, they got so many good songs. I mean, they're going to have a long show to be able to get all their hits in. Let alone anything else. Jeez, it's gonna be.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna be pushing a new album. So
yeah. Oh, you know, here's a problem that we weren't expecting, and that's that would be the 5-finger death punch. They had to cancel a run of upcoming tour dates because Ivan Moody had a recent hernia surgery. I can relate, brother. Believe it or not, yes. I myself had hernia surgery. Yeah, I sure did. Boy, was that funky. Yeah. I don't remember shit about it, but I come out and they got to make sure you can take a pee, before you can leave the hospital. If you can't, I had to pee like a Russian racehorse, man. I peed up a storm. They sent me home with these painkillers, and I'm believe it or not, a laughing gas at the dentist, it doesn't affect me anymore. They can turn it up 100%. It doesn't do anything to me. But these painkillers, I tell you what, man, they were the best thing ever. I don't remember what they were, and I don't want to remember because it doesn't matter. But boy, for that couple of weeks, man, holy cow, those painkillers just kicked my ass. Oh, it was so great. So I'm sure he enjoyed them, but. And he had some complications. So, see, I didn't have any complications. He's got complications, and the doctors are taking care of him. But he's got to take it easy till at least June 6th or June 12th.
Yeah, middle of June. So, and they're not just canceling gigs. There's some pretty heavy gigs there. They had they're on the M72 tour with Metallica, and they had to cancel that tour opener in Amsterdam. So, that's a big gig. And then they had one in England at the Download Festival. They had to cancel that one too. So some, not just any gigs, some pretty big gigs. So
well, you got to do what you got to do, though.
I would have thought his band would have the hernia from carrying his ass for all these years.
Oh, gosh almighty. Yeah. Hang on. Where is it here? Here it is. Oh, that was great. That was excellent. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we saw them last summer, folks.
Bay City Rollers of Metal. The Bay City Rollers of Metal. But, they're okay. I mock because I love You know, is that what the saying says? I mock
Yeah,
because
but
I love.
I mock because I like to mock.
So, get back on tour, Avon. Get your shit together. We know you threw us a bone when you said you were going to retire and you brought your kids on. And I don't know if your kids are even talking to you at this point, but since you're not going to retire, you're going
Yeah,
to leave
that's
them at
right.
home.
Remember, people
Oh,
talking about that he was going to go country and all this, and
oh, man. Wow. What a wild trip, brother. Yeah, yeah. So
now
good
he's got a
job.
hernia. Well, there
Yeah,
you
he's
go.
got a hernia. Gosh. Another guy I wish you would get a hernia. And
Oh, don't get me started, but I
oh,
will.
yes, I want you to. Yes. Here he is, the parrot jerk himself. Where is he? Is this him in the plane he crashed? I don't know. 'Cause I know he
Yeah.
crashed in a plane and he lived. So, yeah, Jimmy Buffett,
Oh, really?
Jimmy
Oh
Buffet.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
Jimmy Buffet. He is also postponing concerts following hospitalization. But the difference between Ivan Moody and Jimmy Buffet is Jimmy's an old fart. So I expect him to be, having issues,
Yeah, he's
and
76, and they didn't
wow.
divulge what was going on. Just said he's got to address some issues that need immediate attention. So he
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he got in the hospital. And he
I,
says, I promise you that when I'm well enough to perform, that is what I'll be doing in the land of she crab soup. I guess he had to miss the show in Charleston, South Carolina, which is apparently known for she crab soup.
no, pardon me. Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Good
I
she
don't know.
crab soup.
I never got it, man. I never got him. I don't know.
I can't stand him. I cannot stand. He's my number one on my most hated artist list.
All
He just
right.
totally just rubs me the wrong way. Just wears on me.
Wow.
Just
Oh, let's dig deeper into this shit. Yeah.
I don't know how much to just dig into, but it's just if you ever heard him live, he's just like he reminds me of like this loudmouth drunk that like owns the bar, so he gets to perform there and just think he's so cool and just be all And he like when he
Oh,
live, he like throws in other words into his lyrics, thinking he's all funny and clever, and God, he
oh
just rubs me the
gosh.
wrong way, man. Just
Well,
totally
his
his whole
fans are.
personality and his whole shtick, his whole fucking Key West parrot head shtick, whatever. Just I don't know, man. It just
All
wears thin
right,
on
man.
me,
Yeah, yeah. Let it go. Yes, yes. Release the evil. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was never a fan. I don't get. Margaritaville's a interesting song just because I drink so damn many margaritas. Well,
He's had his moments as a songwriter. I'm not going to deny that, but like I said, just his personality, like I said, and just his whole
well,
vibe. Yeah, just I
he
don't know.
crashed a plane and he's still here. That's pretty much all we need to
Oh, he's
know.
extremely talented. He's written books. He's done like tons and tons of shit. So I mean, you got to give it to the guy. He's done everything he's
Well,
wanted to do, I guess.
yeah,
But
yeah. I'm not giving him
I'm
anything,
not.
man.
Yeah, I'm not either, man.
Sorry,
Not
Jimmy
either.
Buffet. Yeah, you should have
You
changed
know.
your name. Because then people like me wouldn't be able to call you Jimmy Buffet.
Basically, I mean, he's made a career out of one song,
A
Margaritaville.
margarita. Well,
That's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
50 years old.
And the parrot heads. I don't.
Oh my
I
God,
don't get it.
whatever.
I don't get. We should. No, we
I
should.
know he's got other songs before people say,
Yeah, but yeah.
why
Jimmy
don't we get
Buffet.
drunk and screw? That's the only Jimmy Buffett song.
Well, that one's acceptable. Yeah,
I used to play that when I was DJing at bars and shit.
it's sort
Whatever.
of the same thing as why don't we do it in the road though? So
Yeah.
it's the same deal. Okay. This is
Anyway,
probably
enough on Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffet, man, my brother. Come on. Oh,
Jimmy
here we go.
Buffett.
It's funny. He, how these old rock singers they all start looking like somebody's old aunt, you know. And there you go with David Coverdale, Yeah, I'm sure the aunt brought a nice 3-bean salad to the
Yeah,
to the
Dan Sheila.
gathering.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. But this hurt me. Well, it didn't hurt me. It pissed me off because just this quote. He says about singing and retiring. He says, "I've retired more times than Sinatra," and I stopped it right there. I said, "Wait a minute, pal. Wait a minute there. Yeah, a wanker, if I may use the English term."
Oh, he's got such a darling. I've retired more times. It's, he's got that
Oh,
the accent to him. I can't do it. But
Frank would bitch slap you, pal. How dare you? How dare you mention Frank Sinatra? Frank, you don't mention Frank. Number one, if he was alive, he'd have people visiting you.
Yep. You
You know,
have your knees broken, man.
get a tune-up Frank style. Right. Yeah, because Frank don't say that shit. He don't deal with that shit. What was that one say? That one
I got
saying?
chunks of guys like you in my stool.
There it is. Yeah. You don't mess with Frank.
Man,
Yeah. But I don't know. I wonder if they'll
a couple big guys in nice suits will be dropping by and taking care of your kneecaps for you real quick.
I swear to God. And boy, I don't know. I don't know if what they're gonna be doing. Obviously, he's trying to finish off the career, but stop retiring and just finish it then. Damn it. So
well, when did we see him? Oh my God, that'd be what 10, 12 years ago, man.
Yeah, they're
well, it was 2010 because they were doing the 30th anniversary of British Steel. So we saw White Snake. Yep. So it was 13 years ago, and he was at that point he was shot, and he was doing a lot of the mic out to the audience stuff. I mean a lot. So that was 13 years ago, man. So yeah. I don't know.
Grief. Well, give it up, David, and don't ever mention Frank. How dare you? How dare you, brother? Don't you ever bring up Frank?
He might still be visited by a couple guys in nice suits.
Yeah. Frank don't. Yeah. He don't put up. He don't take no shit. What was it? Saturday Night Live had the best. When he was in the studio doing duets with all these other singers.
Oh yeah. Phil Hartman, yeah. The late great Phil Hartman, yeah.
Next, baby. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Oh, Der Stingle. Oh, I love Der Stingle, man. Yeah, there he is. Look at him, man. He's looking good. God dang.
On one of our favorite topics.
He is. He's great. He's like the greatest ever. But and he jumped on this AI thing too in regards to songwriting, and he was talking to the BBC about all the AI bullshit, and he says, and this is a good quote. He says, the building blocks of the building blocks of music belong to us, to human beings. That's going to be a battle we all have to fight in the next couple of years, defending our human capital against AI. And Sting adds that the technological innovation doesn't impress me at all, likening it to the way I watched a movie with CGI. I get immediately bored when I see a computer-generated image, he added. I imagine I will feel the same way about AI making music. Maybe for electronic dance music, it works. There you go. But for songs, expressing emotions, I don't think I will be moved by it. I totally see his point.
I'm totally 100%.
AI cannot emote emotions in a song. It could just print out words. So yeah, I see his point there, man. And a boy, Der Stingle.
Well, we talked about it, and to me, as an above average consumer of music, I guess, I'm into the artist. I want to know what my favorite artists have been up to. What's their next album's going to be like? What directions are they going to take musically? But I'm sure there's enough people out there to just, it's just audio wallpaper to them, and they won't know the difference and won't care. And just, but
right, you are.
So hopefully, no matter what, there will always be, true artists out there. But
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. But he's on this. Obviously, we all know. We all know that this is definitely problematic.
Well, the article I was reading, and then people were commenting on it, and somebody put the lyrics to AI generated, Sting lyrics.
Yeah.
And man, they seemed a lot like something Sting would write, man. I gotta say, man,
I know. Oh, we're doomed. Yeah. Music is doomed.
So.
And Sting also, he's talking about how that it says here, Sting argues that most defunct bands could find value in reuniting, but only once and not on a permanent basis. I don't know. In a recent interview with Music Week,
that's what the Police did, yeah.
In a recent interview, he discusses experience of the Police's reunion tour, of 2007, 2008, saying they were very clear about what they wanted to do and had no desire to take it any further. So they did it the right way, They and asked if he'd recommend other bands getting back together. Sting laughed. Once, he said before explaining, you should do it once, and the timing should be right. When the Police reunited, it had been long enough, and it was the right time to do it, and I'm taking credit for that because that was my decision. Doing it again would just be gratuitous, and that won't happen. But we did it, and everyone was happy that Mom and Dad got back together again and had one last fling. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, right.
But real quickly, before in that vein about getting back once together, Wolfgang Van Halen was in the news, or what was because people are just bugging the hell out of him about doing an Eddie Van Halen tribute tour, a tribute concert, and Wolfgang says that there's so much drama in the Van Halen camp, unlike he points out because he played at the drummer
Taylor
for
Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins concert. He played there, and he said, those guys have it so much together that it was no problem with them putting that together. But then when they talk about Van Halen, Wolfgang says there's just too much crap going on.
Well, too, in the Foo Fighters situation, Dave Grohl's in charge. He's the guy, and he's what he says goes. Van Halen, nobody, everybody thinks they're the leader. Nobody's,
everyone's a hero.
so,
yeah. But I found that pretty interesting. But enough of Van Halen. You don't need any more Van Halen when you got Gene Simmons in the house. Yeah, Gene Simmons.
Who discovered Van Halen?
He discovered everything. He's the best.
Yeah.
Incredible. But Gene Simmons, he's going to be, he's never ending. He's one of those never ending guys. When Kiss ends, he's not stopping there. He's doing some kind of production. He's going to open up a production company and just have a great old time. So this guy's never going to stop. Jeez.
Yeah, he's starting this thing. It's called ArcLight Films. Or no, I'm sorry, working with the guy from ArcLight Films, Chairman Gary Hamilton. And it's going to be called Simmons and Hamilton Productions. Very simple.
Of course.
And their goal is to do 25 films over the next 5 years, and focusing on action and thriller, and how they put it, genre titles with global franchise appeal. So in other words, just more shit to, more schlock to throw out there. And yeah.
Hey, Gene, how about, how they're always doing remakes of classic movies? Why not a remake of Kiss meets the Phantom of the amusement park? Come on, let's do a remake, Gene. Maybe with the Kiss group that I show on my screen here, the short guys.
Oh, Mini Kiss, yeah, sure.
Mini Kiss. Let Mini Kiss do a remake.
Fit right in at the amusement park. Yeah, absolutely.
Boy, that was so horrifying. Oh gosh! And of course,
what? I saw the VHS tape that I stopped at a used record store I go to, and they had the VHS tape. And I don't have a VHS player anymore, but I still almost bought it. I had it at one point, but that's years ago. But yeah.
Oh man. Oh, jeez. Unbelievable, man. Yeah, great times.
I couldn't bring myself to watch it anyway, so.
No, I recently watched Rock and Roll High School with the Ramones and what's her name?
The Exploding Mice, PJ Souls.
PJ Souls. Ooh, boy. But boy, that is like that didn't, it's one of those movies that doesn't do well once you see it, like the Warriors. It doesn't go well after you've seen it 50 years later. It's like, what the hell? But I'm sure they had a good time. So speaking of somebody who has a good time, I don't know about this cat, man. I just don't know about Mr. David Lee Roth. There he is, David Lee. Boy, recently I saw he's like I say, he was the best front man ever, but not the best singer. And now that his frontman abilities have gone to hell, jumping, spreading his leg, jumping up and down, he has to become a singer, and it's been a problem. And I've seen some really weird stuff from him. But lately, I've seen some dance videos. He's doing some quirky dances and stuff. And now this comes out that he was at doing a tribute album for Annie Lennox.
What? Just calling it his tribute to Annie Lennox. Yeah, he has these queries. He's got a YouTube channel, and just for wherever he just picks these random songs to go out and dance to. Like people want to watch him dance, and he thinks he's doing this interpretive dance with all these different props, and it's just the worst, corniest, just god awfulest thing. I don't know why people think. Well, we're watching it, so I don't know. But yeah, he got a little carried away this week.
How many kids does he have? I'm just wondering.
I don't believe he has sired any offspring.
I find that odd. He was the best front man ever. I mean, I imagine he'd have some illegitimate kids running around, but I haven't heard of anything. I don't get it. But he's Dave. Boy, if I was in his shoes, I'd have kids everywhere. Holy cow!
Obviously, these videos, it just. Oh. He's got way too much time on his hands. He's alone way too much. And he's just thinking of stuff to do. And so, this one he did to Annie Lennox and ended up knocking over some studio equipment. He comes out, he's got this big flag, this big silver flag. He's like I say, he's just always got these goofy props, swords. Oh, God. Right, trombone. Right. He come on one thing, he's like a trombone. He's like, what's the point, Dave? What do you? Yeah,
well, he's been out of his mind forever. I mean, that's obvious. We mentioned that earlier where musicians have met him and said he just
back when Ozzy met him on that
out of his
tour.
Mind.
Yeah.
He's just out of his freaking mind. So I expect that. It's probably good he doesn't have kids. So I'm gonna be thankful that we don't have any other crazy people like that running around. But I'm surprised. He doesn't have, because really, geez, on tour he had to have had his. I don't know.
Physical limitations.
Well, maybe he used protection. Maybe he's one of them guys that actually used protection.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know, but boy, oh boy, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, here we go. Of course, Lisa Marie Presley passed away, and we didn't know it, but there was some bad blood between Riley Keough. Keough and Priscilla Presley, baby, that's my wife, honey. Come on. But and they boy, that estate must be worth a ton of money. It just must be worth a ton of money, the Elvis estate, which they're fighting over.
I don't know if there are numbers available.
Oh, it's gotta be worth a mint. And they've been fighting over it, and they finally settled. And this involved Lisa Marie's will, and they finally settled everything. So hopefully everything can settle down and move on. Man, Elvis, jeez.
So the mother Priscilla and daughter Riley Keough, they were, I guess, I don't know if it got ugly, but at least unattractive, at least, I guess. Yeah. And it's kind of centered around Priscilla had contested. There was an amendment to the will, and she had contested whether it was actually Lisa Marie's signature on that amendment or not. So that's why I was kind of going into courts and doing the whole legal thing. But they've settled now, and I'm sure all parties concerned will be just fine. I don't think any of them are gonna, not pay their electric bills this month or anything. So, yeah.
Elvis's estate is worth $500 million.
$500 million, okay.
Yeah. And that's about that's
a big chunk of that's in a trust.
Yeah.
So.
That seems a little low, but that's good, because usually all these great stars like Michael Jackson and stuff, suddenly they're
dude, if it wasn't for current, I'm sorry, go
ahead. Their estate gains value because they're not there to spend it anymore. So their estates actually gain value, and Michael Jackson's a good example of that, man. His estate is worth a lot, and it wasn't. He wasn't in good shape when he passed away. He was having to do those 50-some dates in England, try to get his act back together, trying to get his finances back together. So, it's good. And he passed, and his estate's worth plenty now. So you got it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Well, you're surprised by how much Elvis's estate's worth, but you got to remember, man, Colonel Tom ripped him off immensely, dude.
He took more than 50%, right?
Dude, it'd be 10 times that probably, man. Who knows? It was just,
Oh yeah, he was such a
So,
shyster, boy.
oh, big
And
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And people may not know why Elvis never played outside the U.S. And because Colonel Tom was here illegally. He was,
What?
yeah, he was from the Netherlands. He was here illegally, and he was afraid if he got out, he wouldn't get back in. So just by that fact, he denied Elvis any world tours, even England or anything. You know, that's why he
Oh,
had to stay in the U.S. So,
leave it to the Dutch to really
right,
screw shit up, you know?
right.
Doggone you. Jeez, that's the. I did not know that. Good call there, Doc. Oh, and here's something we've been talking about. Oh, Willie Nelson. Yeah, he did his 90th birthday concert, and good thing they made it into a movie or whatever, and it's going to be coming to a theater. So that's a beautiful thing, man. 90 years old, smoking a ton of weed. I don't
Right.
know. And people say all
Imagine how
these,
much he smoked in his life, man.
oh my gosh. And you get these young country stars that can't keep up with him when they're smoking weed. They can't keep up with him. So hey, he's been blessed, man. And wow. So
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. His recently got voted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So he's got that going on. Just had this 90th birthday concert. It was at the Hollywood Bowl, April 29th and 30th. And yeah, they're putting out a 2-hour film documenting the whole event. It's called Long Story Short. And everybody that played there, I don't know, they had a whole list of just about everybody
oh,
bigger than
crying
there.
out
So
loud.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And so yeah, if you're into that, that might be pretty cool to catch. Hopefully that'll be on something I can catch and
Something we
watch.
can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. But man, oh man, hits just keep on coming. So boy, more concerts starting up. We'll have a lot more material coming in. Very cool. I believe in what 4 days we'll be seeing Janet Jackson,
Yeah.
our first concert of the year. Uh, I'm just excited to be able to see one of the legendary Jackson family. That's that's going to be very cool. And the weather looks superb. So here we go, brother.
Right. Right on.
Here we
Yeah, we
go,
were
man.
blessed with great weather all last year. So
Every concert. Yep.
yeah, people know we have the season passes and what was Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Now it's what Capital One Bank
Credit Union one.
Credit Union One, whatever. I can't
Yeah.
keep up. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's
change
always the
names every
tweeter or
couple
the
of years.
World Music Theater to us. It's
Yeah.
changed so many. It's changed so many times. We just call it the World Music Theater. So,
All right.
so it is. So
And
it's yeah.
so yeah, we got lots of shows this summer. And it's kind of just getting ramped up, man. August we'll be hitting it the heaviest.
Oof,
And
oof. I'm gonna eat my Wheaties that month for
yeah.
sure. Oh
So
boy. So I'm
we'll
fucking
start
Doc.
off with Janet Jackson, sure, man. Got the Ludacris opening up for whatever. We'll check it
That's
out.
cool. I'm sure they're gonna bring it. So I'm very excited. I'm all hip to listening to uh different genres, and boy, this year we got a lot, man. We got a lot of different genres we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
for
hitting.
sure. Yeah, it
And
really
how
is.
exciting is that? So once again, man, a great show. I sure appreciate everybody listening and watching. You don't have to watch; you can listen. We'll have the podcast, Spotify, all that good stuff up by tomorrow. So you don't have to watch us on YouTube. You can always listen on on Spotify and check us out there. But thanks again. Be sure to subscribe and like a video and just dig what's going on, man. So freaking A, Doc, here we go, man. It's gonna be a great summer. Looking forward to Friday night, and why don't you take us home, brother?
Yep, it's coming up, man. Summer's gonna be rolling strong. So yeah, thanks so much for everybody that's watching and subscribed. And if you are listening to the podcast, if you could, if you do have a YouTube account, you could jump on and hit that subscribe button. We'll love you forever. So till next week, we'll keep an eye out for what news we want to bring you. And you guys have a great rock and roll filled week. Until then, see you then.